Okay, magandang gabi bayan. Sa lahat ay nakikinig, taga-subaybay ng ating programa. Ang orasan natin ay 8:23 po ng gabi na. Sana po ay parinig ko ang interview namin kay Jerome, Assistant Director ng OCD, Office of Civil Defense, si Jerome Branco, pero nawala. Hindi ko alam kung bakit nawala yung interview na yun. Pasensya na, Mr. Jerome, hindi sinasadya yun. Hindi pumasok sa backup po ng city. Okay, pero ganun din. Kanina po ay mag-celebrate yung culmination po ng National Disaster OCD yan po sa Green Repater. Itong culmination program and awarding ceremony of the Regional Gawad Kalasan po. Regional ang programa po ng OCD kanina, ng Regional Disaster Reduction Management Council po ng Region 12. Okay. So nakuha ko kanina kay Mr. Jerome Branco, yung Assistant Director ng OCD. Ay resilient, baguhin na may mga pagbabago ko sa 2018 itong ang disaster program po, mga kaibigan. So maraming kanina ay tumanggap ng award. Itong team po ng DRRMs dito sa Region 12. So yan po ay kaganapan po kanina. Winner po ng basahin natin, winner of the 2017 Regional Gawad Kalasag Award for excellence in DRRM, humanitarian assistance. So may tema sila kanina, itong 4Ks, kamalayan, sa kahandaan, katumbas ay kaligtasan. 4Ks, 4 na K. Yon po ay ang tema nila kanina. Itong search for the excellence in disaster risk reduction management and humanitarian assistance. So pasensya, sayang talaga yung ganda pa naman interview kanina, pero nawala. Pero pag may time, ipon-patch ko si Mr. Jerome Branco, no? Basahin ko, Provincial DRRM Council, ang first ay Province of Sarangani. Ang nakakuha pong pinakamataas na award, ito nga Sarangani Province. Ang pangalawa ay Province of South Cotabato. Ang pangatlo, Province of Cotabato. Ang pangapat ay Province of Sultan Kudarat. Sa city naman ay City DRMM Council, highly urbanized city. Itong first naman ay General Santos City. Ang City DRM Council, component city ang nakakuha po ay ang Coronadal City, South Cotabato. Ang second, Takurong City, kasunod Sultan Kudarat po. Sa munisipyo naman ng DRMM, itong first to the third, itong first ay Municipality of Tupi, South Cotabato. Ang second, Municipality of Malungun, Sarangani. Ang wala nang itong special citation. Ang barangay DRMM ay Committee Urban, itong barangay poblasyon Tupi, South Cotabato. Itong barangay DRM Committee Rural. First, ang barangay Kalabanit Glan Sarangani. Okay. Itong Government Emergency Response Management, USAR, Forodang Safety Pang First sa Fire Rescue. Ang Government Emergency Response Management Basic, ang first po ay Malungon Quick Response Team. Ang second ang Jensen 727 General Santos City. Ang third, Treasure Rescue Group, Takurong City. Ang public school urban, first ang Cotabato City National High School. Ang second ay Cotabato City Central Pilot School. Ang third ay Norala National High School po. Public school, ang rural, first itong hindi ko mabasa. Ano ito? Ano na itong bakit na magsama itong letra ito? Ito. Bambad National High School, Isulan. Ang second upper Klinan Barangay Upper Klinan Elementary School, Polomolo. Itong Early Learning Center Rural, first soon 2A Daycare Center Surala. Ang Volunteer Organization South Cotabato, Filipino-Chinese Chamber of Commerce Incorporated Volunteer Fire Brigade. Ayan po ang mga winner po sa kaninang of the 2017 Regional CASAG Search for Excellence in DRMM Humanitarian Assistance. Ang award, ang first tumataginting na 50,000 pesos, hindi 50 pesos, 50,000 pesos. Ang second ay 30,000 pesos, at saka third naman ay 15,000 pesos po. Yan so okay, hindi natin nabasa po ang hindi ko maparinig po. Hindi ko maparinig itong interview kanina. Nawala. Bakit kaya nawala yun? Na-hijack ata po, no? Na-hijack yun. Mga kaibigan, mga tagapakinig natin sa programa. Okay. Okay. Itong si Comelec Chief Fire Criminal Complaint versus Extrang Wife. Nabasa ko kanina ito. At saka ito naman ang mag-commit naman ng si Uncle Sam, itong Amerikano, more U.S. support for Armed Forces of the Philippines. Tulong. Mag-alok tulong itong Amerika po sa dataan lakas ng Pilipinas, pagsukpo po ng tinatawag na Islamist insurgency. Pagbisita po ng US ambassador sa Pinas, itong hindi ambassador, itong secretary, kung sa atin may foreign secretary nila, itong ng Amerika. Basahin natin itong Washington, more U.S. support for Armed Forces of the Philippines. Washington D.C. United States U.S. is weighing additional support to the Philippine military as its fight and Islamist insurgency in the South. The U.S. defense official said here Tuesday. May bisita kasi itong galing sa US Defense po. Discussion are pretty advanced and would see the US provide increased surveillance drone capabilities and training for local forces, the official Third Armed Forces, on condition of anonymity. The official Third Armed Force of the Philippines on condition on anonymity. Okay. The drone, parang ginamit ito sa mga Afghanistan, no? The drones could be used to conduct strike, the official added, although that would only be for self-defense. The reason to protect the U.S. or partner forces. Ayan po ang commitment ni Uncle Sam sa Armed Forces of the Philippines sa Lakas ng Pilipinas. Basta sa interest ng US yan talagang tutulungan po mga kaibigan. Ang problema ng insurgents sa Pilipinas po mga kaibigan, no? Mga suki natin pumasok naman itong si Uncle Sam po mga kaibigan. Sign natin ang news kay Papiao and would not signal another front in American drone war. It's not necessary that necessary what those drones are there for. Those are there is ISR and support. The official said using an abbreviation for intelligence, surveillance, and recognition. The Philippine of National Defense said there had been no discussion regarding the use of U.S. drone to strike IS Islamic State inspired terrorist group. A Pentagon spokesman, Lieutenant Colonel Chris Logan, said all military assistance in the Philippines is conducted at the request of the government. Ibig sabihin tayo ang ating armed forces sa Philippines request tulong po sa Sandatan Lakas ng Amerika. We respect the sovereignty of the Philippines and we are not pursuing unilateral action in the Philippines, he said. Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte has asked lawmakers to approve the recruiting of 20,000 more soldiers to tackle increased security threats following a bloody urban siege in the south. About 700 people have been killed. According to the official count, in over 2 months of fighting in the southern city of Marawi against Islamist militants who have pledged allegiance to the IS group. The militants waging the black IS flag have occupied part of Marawi since May 23, prompting Duterte to declare martial law in the entire southern region of Mindanao. U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson on Monday called the crisis in Marawi a tragic situation. and said U.S. forces were providing surveillance, aircraft, and important service for the Philippine forces in the battle there. The U.S. has for years provided aid to the Philippines and has between 300 and 500 special operation and regular forces stationed in the country. Okay. 28 million pesos donated. Meanwhile, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, yesterday saan na yun? Yesterday, saan na yan? Ito na. I said that the families of a soldier killed in the ongoing Marawi siege received a ₱1 million check each in a ceremonial turnover presided by Armed Forces Chief of Staff Eduardo Año at the General Headquarters Conference Room in Ginaldo, Quezon. 1 million, no? Armed Forces of the Philippines Affairs Office Chief Marine Colonel Edgar Arbalo said the lone philanthropist donor who wished to remain anonymous despite the large amount of aid pledged and actually donated 1 million each to the kin soldier killed in Marawi. Okay, 1 million. Tumataginting. At least 98 million donated for families of soldiers killed in action, KIA, in the ongoing fight against the Islamic State, Daesh-inspired Mauti group in Marawi City. A week earlier, General handed over check this in the same amount to the families of 3 soldiers during his visit to the headquarters of the Infantry Division at Camp Evangelista in Cagayan de Oro. Okay. The remaining of the 90 million will turn over to the mayor, to the major services for distribution to other beneficiaries. What is the immensely admirable with the announced donor, apart from his or her selflessness in giving such enormous sum of money, is that he has a continuing commitment to provide $1 million each to the families of soldiers who may be KIA killed in action, God forbid, in the continuing crisis in Marawi. Arevalo said the number of soldiers killed in action is now 122 from 98 at the time of the pledge. The donation was deposited in the account of the Armed Forces of the Philippine Marawi casualties in Lanbang, Philippines. The account was opened last June for those who have expressed a desire to help the families of soldiers who died in a battle. Ayan po ang mga tulong sa mga casualty killed in action sa Sandatang Dagat ng Pilipinas. 1 million po ay tumataginting po mga kaibigan. Para sa mga direct family, yung namatay sa bakbakan po sa Marawi ay meron silang 1 million po. Okay, yung mga naiwan pamilya ay meron silang pera na mga kaibigan. Okay. So ayan po yung mga balita natin na maliban sa Kalasaga Award kanina. Tayo ay babalik din po sa kay Uncle Sam in time of kagipitan po mga kaibigan. Okay. Itong COMELEC chief, si Andy Bautista, mag-file na po ng kaso sa kanyang ex-trunk wife. Criminal complaint versus ex-trunk wife. So, nag-file na itong si Andy Bautista po. At di umano ay mayroong bilyon ay nakalagak ang kanyang mga ari-arian ay binulgar po. Next po say ng kanyang asawa po itong si COMELEC Chair Andy Bautista. Okay. Commission on Election, COMELEC Chair Andres Bautista filed yesterday criminal complaint against his spouse Patricia Cruz Bautista, reporting Taguig City Prosecutor Office in connection with their claim that he had nearly 1 billion in ill-gotten wealth. Lovely Delio, Secretary, basahin natin. Continue natin basahin ito, no? Okay. Lovely Delio. Okay. Taguig City, Officer in Charge, Prosecutor Vincent Villena III, the Manila Bulletin, that Bautista filed the charge before noon, Tuesday, together with his family. In a television interview over TV Manila, Bautista said he filed a case for grave by coercion, for qualified theft and robbery, and also for extortion, which is in the form of a grave threat and life threat. Bautista took his thought before Associate Prosecutor David Michael Go, and the investigating prosecutor assigned to the case will known sometime next week, Delio said, quoting Villena. In an affidavit, Patricia had claimed that her husband accumulated ill-gotten wealth in 30 bank accounts and real estate properties here and abroad, which were not in the statement of assets, liabilities, and networks are. And prior to that, she said she sought an audience and met with the President Duterte. Okay. Okay. Wala, hindi kasama po. Naalala ko si Justice Corona, no? Parang parehas ito ni COMELEC Chief Andy Bautista, ang sinapit ni CJ Corona noon. Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre has directed the NBI to conduct a probe on possible cases of money laundering and a violation of the Republic Act 1319, Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices, Acts and other laws on the basis of Mrs. Bautista's allegation. Mrs. Bautista claimed her husband, who was appointed COMELEC chairman in May 2015, has money in bank, condominium units, and interest and shares to overseas companies worth of about 1 billion, which he did not declare in his 2016 SALEN. Chairman Bautista declared a net worth of 176.3 million in his 2016 SALEN. Chairman Bautista was chairman of the Presidential Commission on Good Government, PCGG, before his appointment to the COMELEC, has denied his wife's accusation and claimed that he was part of her attempt to extort from him 620 million in settlement. Laki pala, no? So kung may 1 billion siya, mga kalahati po, kwarta ay paghatian nila ni Tricia Bautista. Okay. It is now clear she is motivated by greed, and that she will not stop to besmirch my reputation and that of my family for the purpose of financial gain, even to the extent of allowing herself to be used by certain people and group to promote a political agenda designed to cast suspension on me and the COMELEC work in the 2016 election. He said, it's a statement posted in his Facebook account. He also said Patricia Stolkas GC, anong GC? ATM card and other financial document belonging to myself and my family, many of which her lawyer and very doctored or fabricated lawyer Lorna Kapunan denied the allegation. Kapunan said robbery charges cannot be filed against her client since the house where she got the document is a conjugal property. Bautista and his wife have two adjoining condominium unit in Pacific Plaza Tower of Bonifacio Global City. In Taguig City report said, Bautista, head of a constitutional commission, the COMELEC, is immune from a lawsuit. He may only be removed from his post through impeachment, after which he may be faced criminal charges. Bautista said he is willing to quit his post if the allegations against him are proven to be true. A leave of absence. The minority bloc in the House of Representatives yesterday urged the COMELEC chief to take a leave of absence to give investigating bodies a free hand. The opposition group headed by Minority Leader and Quezon Representative Daniel Suarez said delicadeza dictate that Bautista must prove his innocence by ensuring unrestricted investigation. Senior Deputy Minority Leader and Buhay Party List Representative ito Atensya, together with the Representative John Beatrice of OFW, Party List Representative Alfredo Garbin of Acob Bicol Party List, and Representative Anthony Bravo of COP, NATCO, agreed the only way Bautista can prove his innocence is to allow probers free access to COMELEC records and possible witnesses. NBI investigation, Justice Secretary Italiano Aguirre II directed the National Bureau of Investigation, NBI, to coordinate with the Anti-Money Laundering Council in the probe of the bank accounts of Bautista. The opening of a bank account is included in my directive to NBI, he said in an interview. Aguirre said the Department of Justice, DOJ, has to pursue its investigation even if Chairman Bautista and his wife decide to settle their marital dispute. Aguirre said the NBI will also look into the possible irregularities at the PCGG during the time of Bautista, as alleged by his wife, ay may mga tagong yaman po si Andy Bautista. Yan po, hot seat ngayon kay Andy Bautista po, mga kaibigan. Okay. Namatay na. Okay, namatay. Bakit namatay? Marami na rin nanonood ay namatay, no? Ulitin natin. Okay. Itong si Taguba, House Witness Taguba, not a custom broker. Ano siya? Bakit siya nagngingit-ngit yan po sa Kongreso kung hindi niya broker? Anong role niya sa custom itong si Taguba? Basahin nga natin ang balita ito. Nagngingit-ngit po dyan sa Kongreso. Tapos dito sa balita hindi po siya custom broker. Anong trabaho niya? Okay, basahin natin para maintindihan natin. The Chamber of Custom Brokers Incorporated CCBI disclosed yesterday that Mark Taguba witnessed on the ongoing 6.4 billion ba ito? Billion drug mess probe in the Congress was not a custom broker. Pagtataka. So, sino si Mark Taguba? The revelation came after Taguba named the custom official allegedly involved in the corrupt activities during a House inquiry Monday. CCBI, through a statement signed by the lawyer Ferdinand Nagwe, the organization of President Wednesday, beard that Mr. Taguba is not a custom broker and not a member of the custom broker profession. Ganon ba yun? So ano talagang role niya doon sa ano? Ibig sabihin ginali lang niya si Commissioner Nick Paldon kung siya membro ng Association ng Broker. According to CCBI, Secretary Antonio Bilason, after investigation and verification with the Professional Regulation Commission, they found out that Taguba was not a custom broker. Anong papeles niya? Bawal yon. Kung hindi siya licensed custom broker. Bilason said the CCBI board met with Nagwe later Tuesday to discuss the matter and decided to reveal it to the public. The next day, we want to do it the right way because CCBI and our organization, we cannot just make a statement and tell it to the public. Bilason said when asked by the News Manila why the organization only made the disclosure about Taguba's custom status only after he had already named allegedly corrupt BOC official. Naku, sakit naman ito. Magbintang and then hindi pala siya dyan sa loob ng organization ng customer. Problema ito. Talagang Bilason said to order for a broker to be a member and accredited by the CCBI, you need to pass the custom broker licensure examination. Hirap nga yan Administered by the Professional Regulatory Board for Custom Broker BCB. But in Taguba case, CCBI found that he did not pass any licensure exam for custom broker. Nako. No? So, sub-verification na ng mga organization ito. Napatunayan si Mark Taguba hindi pala custom broker. We check with the PRC at wala doon ang pangalan ni Mr. Taguba. His name is not on the list. Nagwe said. May tawag sandali Okay. Ay, ito. May tawag sa'yo. Sagot mo. Okay. Grabe ito si Mark Taguban. Ano? So, hindi pala siya custom broker. Itong si Mark Taguban. Okay, ayan po maliwanag. Si Mark Taguba is not a member po ng Custom Broker Association. I-break mo muna. Presidential coverage now open to bloggers. Okay.
Balita, di ba pa? Kabayan ng AbsDamahan'sLive-TV, the Country Informative News Authority online. Kung gusto niyo sumali sa usapang bayan, magbigay ng puro suggestion o opinion sa programa Halo-Halo Special Opinion Balita at iba pa, promote at ulit mo text o tumawag sa mga telepono upload 0977-834-2023 at sa smart naman ay 0947-484-2808.
Okay, ano ba siyang nga naman pre, naghangol ang NGCP, nagkaroon ng kata na magkahatag ng Pilipino na magamot ng crossfire sunod sa mga transmission structures. Hindi ba nagkaroon sa mga pre? Huwag kaayo ang mga sagot na talagang kaitagpon sa kalayo.
Gamay naman kayo ni pre.
Gamay na lagi pre. Pero, kaya magsugod ang peligro. Gamit na kayo mag-ibig sama sa papanahon ng kamo doon sa transmission structures. Pagtao ng mga antinas ang pagtutuloy ng kamalayan tungkol sa mga struktura na nakahatag ng peligro.
Ang sa akin kayo ang total na magkahatag ng katahon sa ating palito. Ginapanas sunod sa mga transmission structures. Pagpaipa, pag magbilang tayo, kay kinundanan alang usap sa atong kaayuhan, kinupahilong kung patut ganito sa NGCP, National Grid Corporation of the Philippines.
Okay, ano ba sunod? Nga naman pre, naghangol ang NGCP, nagkaroon ng mata na magkahatag ng Pilipino na magamot ng crossfire sunod sa mga transmission structures.
Gamay naman kayo ni pre.
Gamay na lagi pre. Pero, kaya magsugod ang peligro. Gamit na kayo mag-ibig sama sa papanahon ng kamo doon sa transmission structures. Pagtao ng mga antinas ang pagtutuloy ng kamalayan tungkol sa mga struktura na nakahatag ng peligro.
Ang sa akin kayo ang total na magkahatag ng katahon sa ating palito. Ginapanas sunod sa mga transmission structures. Pagpaipa, pag napilang tayo, kinupahilong kung patut ganito sa NGCP, National Grid Corporation of the Philippines.
Okay. Yan na, presidential coverage now open to blogger. Okay, salamat naman. Pero wala tayo sa Manila, no? Yung mga taga Manila ay okay na okay. Okay. Oh. Kailangan may light ako sa ito. O malapit dito. Ito ko na mabasa pagkabi. Ito. Huwag na, tama na. Baka na, tama na. Basahin natin ang balita.
Ang programa ng Administration Opinion Balita at iba pa ay tumatalakay sa mga isyu pang kasalukuyan at napapanahon. Mapapolitika, opinyon, komentaryo at balita. Ang programa ito ay patas sa lahat. Walang tinikalingan, walang kinakampihan, at walang pinapanigan ang programa ito. Ang programa ito ay public service sa kahanginan at trabaho lamang.
Okay. After a month of a consultation, Malacanang is giving access to blogger and other social media users who intend to cover President Rodrigo Roa Duterte's activities in two separate department order. Presidential Communication Secretary Martin Andana has normally created the social media office SMO and established interim accreditation rules for a social media practitioner. The SMO, led by Presidential Communication Assistant, Secretary for Social Media, Margao Uson, Mokang in short, will conduct a test run of the accreditation system for 6 months, subject to review and revision at the end of the period. In the interest of recognizing emerging communication platform and harnessing the full potential of the social tools in pursuit of the PCO's mandate to engage the citizenry in order to enrich the quality of discourse on matter of a national governance. The interim provision social media practitioner accreditation established the Department Order number 15 order read. So, okay. Salamat, Secretary Martin Andana, sa ginawa mo ito. Naalala mo na nga, kung maalala mo yung election ay social media naman talaga ang kaakibat. Malaking tulong kay Presidente po nung kampanya na yun. Kung i-review nyo ng i-review nyo Secretary Martin Andana yung mga ginawa ng social media noon sa kampanya, alam mo kung sino talaga ang mga tumutulong doon. Hindi naman pag-aangat ng bangko para mapasali tayo dyan. Isa ko halos walang tulog sa bantay po ng kampanya noon. Okay. So, mabuti ito nabigyan ng pansin itong mga social media, mga vloggers katulad namin, mga maliliit, mga taga Facebook, taga Google, taga Twitter, taga LinkedIn, taga Skype, kung ano pang dyan napakarami pong Pinterest, lahat-lahat na nandyan. Ako halos lahat nasalihan ko na ata ito. Basta tinatawag na social media, yun lang bilang buhay-buhay lang natin ito, Secretary Andana. So, mabuti nabigyan ng pansin ito. May order na, order number 15 ito. Kumusta na yung PCO net kaya ni Secretary Martin Andana? Kailan magkaroon ng tinatawag na summit, conference, magganap po rito sa Davao City. So, yeah. Tayo mga vlogger, mga social media, kasama na po tayo sa pag-coverage, presidential coverage po mga kaibigan. Yung mga accredited. Problema ay tayo ay malayo, dito lang tayo sa malayo. Yung mga share na lang pagmagitan ng information, makukuha na natin. Katulad ginagawa ko yung mga news ko online, mga share lang yan. Mga share lang sa mga kaibigan natin. Mahilig din katulad natin sa social media. So, napaka-epektibo ito mga kaibigan. So, yan. Tandaan nyo, mga katoto, mga suki natin, may order na number 15 po. Okay. Department order number 15. Galing po kay Secretary Martin Andar ng PCO. Salamat, Secretary Martin Andar. Okay. Trabaho lang tayo. Trabaho lang. Maliban na sa mainstream media, meron na tayong mga vloggers. Kaya maraming news ngayon ay sa mga vloggers. Karamihan online news ay kinukuha natin sa mga vlogger. Okay. Ang tanong natin kay Assistant Secretary Mo Kauson, i-address natin ay paano kami mga sa probinsya? Kasali ba kami? Yan ang katanungan natin kay Secretary Mo Kauson kasi siya mag-handle po ng SMO. Swerte itong si Mo Kauson, no? Assistant Secretary sa likuran po ni sa babaan po ni Secretary Martin Andar. Ayan. So, ang orasan natin ay 9:15 na po mga kaibigan. Ito ngayon sa nabasahin itong news to Chinese and Filipinos cited for contempt. Patungkol po ito yung nakalusot na Shabu 6.44 bilyones. Mamaya, ano natin muna ito.
Ang programa ng Registration Opinion Balita at iba pa ay tumatalakay sa mga isyu pang kasalukuyan at napapanahon. Mapapolitika, mapaopinyon, mapakomentaryo at balita, ang programa ito ay patas sa lahat. Walang kinikalingan, walang kinakampihan, at walang pinapanigan ang programa ito. Ang programa ito ay public service sa kahanginan at trabaho lamang.
Itong dalawang Pinoy Filipino cited for contempt. Chinese-Filipino businessman Richard Chen and Manili were cited for contempt on Wednesday for lying and giving evasive answer during a Senate hearing. The attempted smuggling of a 6.4 billion worth of Shabu crystal meth from China in May. Senators were frustrated over the two men evasiveness about why shape the Shabu. Okay. Contempt sila itong dalawa ito. Okay, contempt, no? So, yan dagdagan mo muna yung hanap buwan mo yan.
Opo, asa ka ito?
Ay, huwag itong ina, George.
Magpasama ka na ito, pre.
Kung tama ko nila, di magtungkol ko
na sila o balay. Oo ba? Asa po dapat pre? Ikaw ni George, gagulong pa sa may transmission structure. Usa? Mo ka na pagulong ko nimo? Matapang na sa pre. Dali, wato ko. Ano pang balong sila? Ayaw na mato. Turo tinawag sa delikado at kinakilabang. Turo palas ng tulas ng transmission structures. Oo po niya, pre. Manada, ulit na magpugay kung mapugan sila. Ang sabi kayo ang butang na magkahatag o kakakon sa atong palito, nilabinas sunod sa mga transmission structures. Pagpaikwan, pagmabilang tayo, kay kinintanan alang usab sa atong kaayuhan, kinapahidog ng hatod kalinyo sa NGCP, National Grid Corporation of the Philippines. Pre, asa ka ato? Ay, huwag tamoy na George. Magpasama ka na ito, pre. Matapang nila, ipagtukod na sila o balay. Oo ba? Asa po dapat, pre? Ikaw ni George, gagulong pa sa may transmission structure. Usa? Mo ka na pagulong ko nimo? Matapang na sa pre. Dali, wato ko. Araw pang balong sila mo. Ayaw na mato. Turo tinawag sa delikado at kinakilabang. Turo palas ng tulas ng transmission structures. Oo po niya, pre. Manada, ulit na magpugay kung mapugan sila.
Ang kayo ang butang na magkahatag o kakakon sa atong palito, nilabinas sunod sa mga transmission structures. Pagpaikwan, pagmabilang tayo, kinapahidog ng hatod kalinyo sa NGCP, National Grid Corporation of the Philippines.
Pre, nasayang ka ba ka? Nalayo mo din ba sa buntag sa tanang buwatsa?
Mga pa pre, kung siya na imitingan,
Sumala sa mga pre. Hindi ka nabutan sa utang ng kawat sa mga wire sa kuryente.
ay, walang tipon na, kadawat mo sa mga tao, huwag sila masaya kung sa katinikalo ilang kinuha.
Tinuod na pre, daghan ang maakit, utubutan pa ila sa piniglo ng kinabuli. Kampyo sa kamay ng kapitan sa wire.
O na yung masaya sa katawan pre, na pagpagawat na sa wire sa mga nagkarayang high voltage transmission, kita gyapon ka na ng mahimong alakot.
Sakto ka pre, pagkilagdar ng wire. Pagkatulog din ang transmission, hinumdar mo ang lunig supply sa kuryente.
Ay, wow na, damay ka pa ng pre. Kung sabi kayo ang butang na magkahatag o kakakon sa atong palito, nilabinas sunod sa mga transmission structures. Pagpaikwan, pagmabilang tayo, kay kinintanan alang usab sa atong kaayuhan, kinapahidog ng hatod kalinyo sa NGCP, National Grid Corporation of the Philippines.
Ligtas na daloy ng elektrisito.
Okay. Itong sunod na balita natin, have 5,000 followers to cover president. Ibig sabihin yung kung ikaw ay Facebook ay meron kang miyembro ng ganon, pwede ka na mag-apply po. Ako sobra-sobra, Secretary Martin Andanar, sobra-sobra sa akin. Itong tama ko lang umabot ng sa tagal ko na sa Facebook, umabot po ng on record po yan 7 trillion na globally. Hindi po yun biro, hanggang pinakita sa amin po ng mismo na Facebook.
Hello, Registration Balita at iba pa brought to you by Picante Pizza and Picante Product. Ang Picante Pizza and Picante Product ay matatagpuan mo dyan sa Cotabato City. May tatlong branch na sila dyan sa Cotabato City. Tara na, mag-Picante Pizza at Picante Product. Malayang ng masarap na pagkain ay ito ay halal na pagkain.
Okay, yung bago ko nga ng ginawa lang ng vlog ay mag-aabot ng mga 14,000. Yung isa ay umabot ng mga 70 nata yun. Sunod-sunod yun. Yung Facebook ko ay kasi limit lang ay 5,000. Paano na mga LinkedIn, mga Skype sobra-sobra. Kung yan lang ang kailangan ay Secretary Martin Andanar. Basahin natin ang balita ito. Okay. Sabi dito naman pwede rin kaya ang fake accounts? May katanungan ng kalabaw ko rito, no? Have 5 followers to cover president. Okay. Tapos may katanungan ng kalabaw rito. Social media accreditation, ang banner. Sabi ng kalabaw, pwede rin kaya ang may fake accounts? Nagtanong po lang yung kalabaw. have at least 5,000 followers on any social media platform and cover President Duterte. This is one of the requirement. Ako, sobra-sobra, Secretary natin na Google Plus lang ay sobra-sobra na. Ito lang ang requirement. Ako, sobrang sa akin. Sa lahat ng social media Secretary ay Martin. Makalagay ko quadro 4 pag yun lang ang requirement. Okay. Saan na yun? Yung continuation ng ito na, oh. Ito na ang requirement, no? Got 5,000 followers, apply to cover government. Malacanang for interim accreditation scheme for social media under Department Order number 15, Secretary Martin Andanar of the Presidential Communication Operation PCO issued Tuesday. Applicant must also be Filipino and at least 18 years old. The purpose of this order is to provide an interim system of accreditation for social media participation to cover special event attended by the President in order to generate and use information for the citizenry through social media platform. And Andanar said social media with different political persuasion can apply, he said. There is no discrimination and one of a political belief is not the measurement of access. Andito na si Mo Causon. Ang tunay na mga pangalan na si Margo Causon. And then said PCO's social media office SMO headed by Assistant Secretary Mo Causon would handle the application, which will be free and voluntary. The SMO was created on July 14 to handle the dissemination of information to social media platform and actively engage the public as part of participatory governance. The order defines a social media practitioner as one who maintains a publicly accessible social media page and a blog or website which generate content and host a principal advocacy to the regular dissemination of original news and opinion of interest. Okay. An application will be reviewed by the SMO within 3 working days. Pero paano pagka-online Secretary Mo Causon, Assistant Secretary Mo Causon? Dapat magpa-release ka kung paano mag-apply online Secretary Mo Causon, no? Assistant Secretary pala Mo Causon. The SMO shall conduct a test run of this policy for a period of 6 months for the effectivity of this order, subject to review and or revision at the end of the period, Andanar said. unless expressly is specified. Accreditation is understood to be on a per even activity. Only he said it would be subject to the clearance of the Presidential Security Group, he said. Lagi na kami mga cover din. Okay. Accreditation is non-transferable and cannot be sold. Individuals with accreditation must be ensured that their accreditation are not used by other, he said. Those who abuse their privilege will have their accreditation cancelled and will be banned from covering the President. Yan po ang mga alituntunin bigay po ng PCO po patungkol po sa accreditation ng mga vlogger at saka social media. Engaging a content under said, it would develop engaging a creative, innovative content for regularly scheduled posts which enlighten